Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Aldens here. I'm currently in Denmark right now. We're in Kastrup Airport here in Copenhagen. And yeah, we're about to embark on our trip to Japan. It's pretty crazy. I just find this really remote place here in the airport. Hopefully no one's gonna hear me right now. It's gonna be so awkward. But whatever. So the first thing we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go and get something to eat. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later. So we just got some food here, guys. We got some fries. We got some burgers. We got some burgers too, but this is plain.
But this is plain.
And we also got some waters now, apparently. So yeah.
Apparently.
So yeah, we're just gonna eat this. We're probably gonna go to the lounge afterwards, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so after this point, I kind of realized something. It's quite awkward to walk around an airport, a big airport, and talk very loudly to yourself on a weird camera. And I kind of realized that going forward, when I was in the airport and when I was going to be on the flight, I thought it would just be better if I just narrate what happened. So basically what happened was we waited in the lounge for a couple of an hour or so. I think it was just an hour, and then yeah, I was just editing the vlog, just making the first part of it, and then after that we went to go to the passport control, and then we got into that area where you have flights to America and Asia and all those places where you need a passport to get to. And there we bought some foods because we didn't know how the food on the plane was going to be, and we didn't know if we would be able to buy some food there. So we basically did that as a security measure, you could say. Then after that, we waited again for 1 hour or so. The plane was delayed like almost an hour in the end. We had to wait both by the gate and also in the plane for around an hour. When we were in the plane, I was kind of like, this is pretty nice. We flew with SAS, and the plane was pretty new. So the infotainment, entertainment screen where you have all the movies and stuff were pretty modern and responsive, and yeah, it was actually a lot of movies there. I think there was 66 movies, and there were also games. And there was also a map where you could watch where you were on the trip, and I thought it would be a very nice flight. I thought yeah, this is gonna be no problem at all. I was super tired as well. The last night I got like 2.5 hours of sleep, so I was ready to sleep there. And I also thought it would be super nice to sleep there too. It looked alright, but then all hell broke loose, to say it lightly. So the first thing that happened was that it was this Danish guy that was sitting in front of me, and this guy, he was just moving around. He was incredibly just twitching from side to side. There wasn't anything wrong with him. He was just uncomfortable, it seemed like. And this guy leaned his chair all the way backwards, which I thought, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it sucks, but I can just lean my seat back too. That should be no problem, right? Well, it was, to say it lightly too. So what happened afterwards was I tried to lean back my chair. I was able to have it there for 2 minutes, and then this Swedish guy from behind said to me, excuse me, you can't have that chair down like that. I don't have room for my legs or anything. And I was thinking to myself, you know what, I actually don't have it for myself either, so we're kind of in the same boat here. But I decided to be nice and say, okay, so I'm gonna sit like this. Should still be fine to sleep, right? Because I was incredibly tired at this point. So then I waited for the food. It took a couple of hours before we got the dinner, because it's really annoying to fall asleep and then for someone to come and say, hey, you gotta wake up, you gotta eat the food, right? And it was like, yeah, it was 2 hours to wait for that, and then after that I decided I'm gonna stay awake for another hour, so I would get like super tired, ready to sleep, right? Yeah, that was not a good idea at all. What happened afterwards was that I realized pretty quickly that it was not possible at all to fall asleep on that plane. It was just not possible. You couldn't do it. No, you just couldn't. It was incredibly impossible to do that. So what I did was I was sitting straight up in this chair, had no leg space whatsoever. Keep that in mind. And I was basically lying like this, trying to sleep. And once my head got like down and my back started to lean forward, I basically woke straight up like this, like every single time. This happened like 15 times in a matter of 40 minutes or something crazy like that. And I was getting really mad at the guy in front of me because he had leaned the chair I'm not going to swear, guys, all the way back. And the guy behind me, that's another story too. I didn't even know, maybe that guy behind me also leaned his chair back, so that would be like incredibly immoral of him to do that. But yeah, then I was basically just sitting and doing like this, just jumping forward like that. It was incredibly uncomfortable, and I was able to kind of be in sort of a sleepy state where I kind of slept for around maybe like 2 hours, but it was definitely not 2 hours of sleep. Maybe half an hour of sleep. But the problem was I was trying to lean to one side, that didn't work, to another side, that didn't work. I just kept falling forwards every single time I tried to sleep. It was basically like pure hell on that flight. And keep in mind the leg room. I'm pretty tall. I'm 6 foot, like 6'1", 6 foot, and my legs are pretty long. So that was not good either. And yeah, after those 2 hours of barely sleep, I had around 5 hours of just waiting to get to Tokyo. I was so ready to get to Tokyo at this point. And yeah, I was just sitting there trying to listen to podcasts. Then I also started to get a very harsh headache as well, which was also incredibly annoying. I was starting to get sick in my stomach. I was preparing to puke, to be honest with you guys. And I did have some food there, but not a lot, and not a lot to drink either. And they had to turn off all the lights in this plane. Keep in mind that as well. So I couldn't really ask anyone to bring me anything or anything like that. And I also thought maybe I would be able to sleep again, right? Yeah, that did not happen whatsoever. So I was trying to play some Mario Kart on Sura's Switch. We played one game, and my headache was so bad I just had to stop. But yeah, I feel like I'm ranting way too much right now. I was saying I'm basically just ranted for like 7.5 minutes right now. So I'm gonna try to keep it a bit better now. So what happened afterwards was we got to Narita Airport, which was a pretty half-ish modern kind of airport. I wouldn't say it was like crazy modern, but it wasn't crazy unmodern either. Then we got to various checkpoints where we had to deliver some forms we filled in on the plane. We had to show our passports. And yeah, there was just a bunch of things we had to do once we got to Japan. So I guess we used like 45 hours to a minute not a minute, an hour to do that. And yeah, then we got our bags. That was not fine. They didn't get lost. That would just be the perfect ending ride of this horrible plane ride. Then we got out. We was out of the airport. Was ready to take the train into Tokyo. The first thing we had to do though was to get our SIM cards that we ordered. And that was fine and all. Took a little while to find them, but we finally find them and it was fine. From there, we inserted the SIM cards. That was fine. No fitting issues whatsoever. Then another problem occurred. Yeah, that's the perfect summary of that day. That was just issues upon issues upon issues. So the thing was that once you put in the SIM card, you couldn't just start using it right away. You had to do some sort of weird it was called like APN. No, I did never used that before. But it basically is, if you have a secondary SIM card like I did, you have to create an access point so you can use it. And that was pretty hard to do. We probably used like 20 minutes to 30 minutes to actually figure that out on the plane. Not on the plane, but on the airport. Once we figured that out, we got down to the train station. Ordering tickets and stuff were pretty easy. Trying to find our way to what train we had to use and stuff was also pretty easy. So that was honestly totally fine, no problem whatsoever. You know, Tokyo is they are so good at public transport that it's probably the best country I've ever been in when it comes to public transport, to be honest with you. So what happened afterwards was that we took the train for about 40 minutes down to a stop. I can't really remember what it was called, but we got off there, and then we had to change trains, which we failed at. We took the wrong train, so we had to change trains. And also, it's that on most metro stations in the world, I think, that you put your ticket in, and then you go through a gate, and then you take your ticket out, right? So we did that, but the problem was, because we had taken a wrong train, the ticket was wrong, so we had to pay a fee for that as well. And then we had to take another train to Ueno metro station here it's really close to Akihabara, where we live, actually. But we had very heavy bags, and the heat was pretty harsh at that time. It was probably like 30 degrees in the sunlight. So we was walking there for probably 20 minutes trying to find the hotel. Once we got to the hotel, though, it was pretty fine. We had to wait an hour. We were pretty exhausted at that point, though. But yeah, we had to wait an hour, so we just decided to just walk around in Akihabara and see what was up there, or what we could see there, right? So that was pretty cool. And yeah, I think you're basically caught up right now. So you will tune in now once I'm in the hotel room. See you there. Okay, guys, it's the next day right now, and we just checked into our hotel in Akihabara, downtown Tokyo, and it's been a rough day, you could say. It's been fun, but it's been quite stressful and really fatiguing, if you could call it that. Currently, I can show you the view. It's actually pretty nice here in the hotel room here. So as you can see, got a pretty nice view out there, and also we got a couple more windows. So we got a second window, pretty nice view out there too, and then also we got this one with pretty much the same view. But yeah, all in all, it's pretty cool. I mean, I quite enjoy this. As size-wise, it's not really that big, but I think we'll manage pretty good. So. The reason I didn't film like from the airport is honestly because it was quite stressful to figure things out. We had to also have gotten like under 4 hours of sleep the last 2 days, so I'm pretty exhausted right now. Yeah, so when we got to the airport in Japan, there was some stuff we had to do, some passport controls, and some customs as well. And that took a little while, and then also we had ordered a SIM card, and it took quite a while to figure out how to actually use that. And from there, it was just trying to find a train to get into Tokyo, and that was also quite stressful. We actually I need to show you guys this. Let's see here. I actually have this on me right now. So we have our little Passimo card right here. So this is the card you use basically to ride the bus and the subway and the trains here in Japan, especially in Tokyo, because there's multiple companies that is responsible for the metro here. So it's smart to have that card because it will charge over all the different companies, so you don't really have to buy a single ticket every time, because we tried it at the beginning. It worked, but it got quite stressful, and we made some mistakes, and we had to pay a little extra fee because we didn't get the card earlier. And after that, we got to the hotel, and we got the message that we actually had to wait 1 hour, and we were exhausted, we were hot, we were sweaty. We had walked for 20 minutes in Tokyo in heat, like 25 degrees Celsius, and yeah, when we got here, we had to actually wait another hour. So we went to Akihabara, the main street there, which is like the anime district of Tokyo, and there we saw some cool stuff. We saw some cool stores and stuff. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that first vlog there. As you probably could see, I was quite jet lagged. I was quite confused. I didn't have enough food in my system to function properly. I didn't have enough water or liquid or whatever to function properly. But I did as best as I could, right? So this is the end of the vlog. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow, where we will continue the Tokyo experience, vlog 2. I hope you guys are gonna look forward to that, and I hope you guys liked this vlog. It's been your boy Aldens, and I'm out.